After being married for almost 50 years, this couple realizes that a change is all they need. But before we start, please make sure to subscribe to m&rtv and hit the bell so you never miss any upload from us. Also, leave a like right now. Often people say that a successful marriage requires falling in love many times and always with the same person. While a majority of us would be trying our best bid to keep our marriage a happening and fresh one, there are some of us who would go beyond words to keep intact the marriage essence. A chain never holds a marriage together, but it is a thread, hundreds of threads keeping the companions together through the years. After being together for some 49 years, this couple gives their marriage another meaning by doing something which leaves their partners totally amazed. Here, meet the couple, rather much in love couple Joe and Kevin Taylor. They have been together since their teenage days at school. It won't be wrong to call them high school lovers. Married for 49 years, they have cherished all the major milestones in life together, right from enjoying the newlywed bliss to raising up children and grandchildren. To make things even merrier, they have even seen their great-grandchildren. While their love was an everlasting one and their romance took to another level with each passing day, they have let wrinkles and old age set in with mirth and laughter. Initially, every individual is conscious of their looks when they step into a relationship, but when one has seen all the thick and thin in life together, they know that partners, anyway, don't judge them on their looks. They have had one of those beautiful high school relationships which eventually turns into a strong bond, the marriage. They have given their lifelong commitment to each other. While marriage seems to be a tough task for the majority of the people they have set an example for, their children and others around. Anyone who spends time with them would want to believe in everlasting love. They have led the life of a couple since quite long back. While Joe was 14 years and Kevin was some 16 years, they began dating. Kevin says that Joe was attracted to his dashing looks. He was very handsome and young-looking. To me, he was just the same as the Hollywood heartthrob Patrick Swayze, says Joe. Joe and Kevin met back in the year 1967. For them, it was love at first sight. She was my junior at the school, but there was something about her which attracted me to her, says Kevin. Today, not only they have completed 49 years of their togetherness, but have also raised 5 children, which meant 14 grandchildren and even 12 great-grandchildren. Amidst all this, they have given away on one thing. While enjoying and making the most of life, somewhere in between those years, they have completely neglected their own selves. They were too busy making a living and growing their family that they forgot to pamper themselves. They say, when one has been married for so long and still in love, it really doesn't matter how you look. We haven't spent much time in front of the mirror since long, they mentioned. Everyone says that youth is a gift of nature while aging is a work of art. In the span of these 50 years, the couple too aged and were no longer supporting their youthfulness. They gained some weight due to health issues, grew their hair out, wrinkles beautifully highlighted their face. Yet there was one thing in particular about them which was outshining everything else. Kevin is still young at heart. For him, age is just a number. He feels one will feel old only if he thinks that, else the juvenile phase never dies. Joe says he's still crazy. They own a Harley-Davidson and still enjoy their long romantic rides and have traveled nearly 80,000 miles on it together. Surely this duo is an adventurous one. Though Joe and Kevin mastered in the glorious chapters of love in their lives, their sense of styling certainly faced a full stop. Joe had a personality supporting flowing locks, and Kevin had an exceptionally long beard. They both never really sought any kind of professional help to groom themselves further. They have never paid much attention to grooming. They say that they have made most of their life and were too busy with adventures that even the thought of supporting a new look never struck them. Joe trimmed her hair every once in a while, whereas Kevin has never shaped his beard in the last 20 years. The two lovebirds have come to an exceptionally long phase together holding hands. Of course, there must have been some similarities amongst them, which made them travel this long. One thing that they both shared in common was that neither of them had any knowledge about the latest styling trends and grooming tips. For that matter, Kevin had a huge bushy beard that covered his entire face. This was really strange. It was quite evident that they had outgrown their looks and supported long hairs and locks. For some reason now, that they were done with their responsibilities in life and made their children settle in their respective lives. They thought to pamper themselves up now. They wanted to make a change in their monotonous appearances. The way they decided to do it was something everyone must strive for once in life. Joe and Kevin applied for a makeover session at the Ambush Makeover. It was a television show which aired in collaboration with Today News. It was a renowned show which marked a glamorous change in the lives of various people. Their sole agenda was to give a makeover to the people in which they were comfortable, and at the same time look something different and gorgeous. Luckily, the couple got selected for the makeover session. The couple would be presented with this makeover on Valentine's Day. To celebrate their love and the journey of the long 50 years, the couple was gifted this makeover. However, the couple was excited, but they had their own set of apprehensions. Will the couple make it through this challenging phase? Jo, just like any other woman, was excited to have a makeover. Though in the past years she did not bother much about her looks, now that she was getting an opportunity, she wanted to make the best use out of it. She, for a long time, sported long hair and was now up for trying and experimenting with her new looks. However, the case with Kevin was not the same. Kevin had outgrown his beard in all those years. His beard had grown up to his chest and was quite dear to him. He had no clue how his face would look under all those hairs. He was worried about the makeover. Despite Joe asking him to cut his beard for 2 decades, Kevin never did. How will he then do that at the makeover? Kevin was not fond of long hair, especially the beard. Keeping a beard that length demanded care. At times, fungus penetrates at the roots, leading to skin infections. His beard was something he had preserved and maintained for long, as it got him the top award at a beard contest. He recalls how, when he reached the competition on his Harley, he had to quickly rearrange his beard that was blowing in the wind. Though there was no less of a spark in their marriage, this makeover made them quite excited about this new venture. Joe amusingly makes a comment, sometimes you need a change, especially when you've been married for 49 years. Now they both were looking forward to the magic that the makeover specialist spells on them. Their transforming makeover left them completely amazed and awestruck at their spouse's sight. Find out how they look now. Imagine that you've been living together with your partner for some 50 years, and then comes the day where you could not recognize each other. That's surely unbelievable. Living with someone for such a long period of time and not being able to recognize each other is next to impossible. But this was exactly what happened with Joe and Kevin when they saw each other after their makeovers. Finally, the day was there. It was time for Ambush Makeover. As usual, the couple went on their Harley to the sets of the show. They both had their own sets of last-minute questions, but anyway were ready for this adventure. They knew that they weren't too old to hesitate bringing out a change, nor were they old enough to stop dreaming. With pondering hearts, they stepped at the show. The stage was set for the much-in-love couple. Everyone was excited to meet the Valentine's Day special couple. Not only the panel of judges, but the audience were too eager to hear the story of the couple who made it through 49 years of love. When Joe and Kevin arrived, they caught everyone's eyes, knowing that there is no running away from it now, and it was showtime. In the panel of judges, one renowned name was that of Louis Licari. He's a professional stylist mastering in hair treatments. He is even awarded for his skills with cutting, chopping hair with his magical scissors. He owns a famous salon with the name Licari Cutler in New York. Another judge to accompany Louis was Jill. Jill Martin is an American TV personality. She is a perfectionist when it comes to styling. She is a 10-time winner of the Emmy Award. She is also the co-writer of some best-selling magazines, namely I Have Nothing to Wear, Fashion for Dummies, and The Weekend Makeover. Joe and Kevin were quite relieved on meeting these two wonder stylists. They were quite confident now that they are safe in the hands of these stylists. The questions which bothered them came to rest. However, Jo mentioned to Louis her love for her long locks, and Kevin also made a point to tell about his concern regarding his beard. Jo and Kevin were asked to look at each other for one last time before their makeovers, as they both were being taken to different rooms for their makeover. The hosts even said that this was the one last time they look like this because the makeover will bring about a drastic change in their appearances. With a lot of excitement, nervousness, and anxiousness, the couple hits the much-awaited change. As the couple went in for their transformation session, the MC of the show engaged their audience by telling them about the couple's love story. Even Louis showed an interest by stating, "I have never seen a couple of 49 years so in love." As their story unfolded, everyone got excited to see the final results of their transformation. While the audience was having fun on the sets, the behind the scenes was an entirely different story. Louis began his work by giving Jo a haircut, followed by some coloring treatment. He further brings in some other hair equipment to work. The excitement was building up at Jo's end as well. He even did something amazing with Kevin's beard. While Louis did his magic with the couple's hair, Jill, on the other hand, shopped some different silhouettes for them. She made sure that the clothes she picked for the couple suit their body shapes and further enhance their personality. Not only this, she even shared with them some simple and easy shopping tips which they should keep in mind while buying clothes. And it was time for the big revelation. Both the organizers of the show as well as the audience was curious to see how the couple would look now. With every second, enthusiasm and eagerness was building up. The couple was left jaw-dropped on seeing their partner as well as their own selves. There comes Miss Peppy. The final look of Jo was revealed, and she looked completely opposite. The baggy clothes were gone, and she wore a trimmed, classy jacket. She nailed the look and looked sassy. The studio staff and the audience could not believe that it was the same Jo they met a few hours back. She was totally unrecognizable. The makeover has done wonders to Jo. Her long locks were trimmed into a new look. Her hair colored in blonde, and subtle use of a glossy lip color added the edge to her jolly personality. Her brows were shaped and highlighted, and her clothes fitted her body. She looked gorgeous. A different confidence could be seen in her body language. As evident from her expressions, Jo was amazed at her new looks. She truly looked fabulous. She touched her hair in excitement and could feel the bounce and shine in them. She could not believe her eyes as she looked at herself in the mirror. "Is it me?" was her instant reaction. It wasn't over yet. She was eager to see her husband as well. Kevin looked no less. He looked dapper. He wore a well-stitched suit instead of his baggy jeans. However, his long white-gray beard was all gone. It was trimmed and colored in dark brown. The old man looked ages younger. Surely the ladies in the audience would have lost their minds on such a dashing revelation. Jo was shocked and even more happy to see her husband's new look. She exclaims, "Woo, my man, who are you?" Undoubtedly, she was on cloud nine to see this side of her loving hubby. Kevin made the moment even special by carrying a bouquet of roses for his beloved wife. Kevin had no words when he saw himself in the mirror. He was definitely speechless. However, his reaction and teary eyes made it evident that he was very pleased with his new look. He now finally knew how his face looks under all those overgrown locks. After their makeover, the couple celebrated their Valentine's Day in a very special way. Just as any young couple does, Kevin presented Jo with a bouquet of roses and once again reminisced his love for her. Someone has rightly said, "Those who love deeply never grow old." Surely Jo and Kevin didn't grow old. The couple was undoubtedly happy with their looks. They could not have got a better gift to celebrate their 49 years of togetherness. Everyone present at the studio could not stop themselves from admiring these old lovebirds. Their love surely was vintage. For this Silver Jubilee couple, the makeover marks a new chapter in their life. They can now embark upon their road trips and adventures with their new young appearances. Not only were their hearts young and jolly, but now their personalities and outlooks were too.